So basically what happens in shadow work is we work on these suppressed aspects of ourselves. We think that some of us might think that, because these aspects of us are suppressed, they are not, they maybe we have, let go of them or something like that, but it's not true. Suppressed aspects still play out in our life in the form of projecting, or us sabotaging ourselves like this, like I did. So I've got to, reminded of shadow work back then, that I've got to do it once again, because I've already written back in my past, and it just transformed my life. And I've received this another opportunity to do it again, and I've realized, learned so much about myself by doing this. And of course I've had many of the helpful resources for shadow work, which of course, like, I'm here to share with you, and they are free, totally free. Some of them are YouTube videos, and of course some of them are journal prompts, and you know that's it. Maybe some workbooks as well. I will put down whatever I have. So basically, as you know, shadow work is discovered by Carl Jung, and he has put it in a quote, like, it is like shadow work in a nutshell. To understand shadow work, this definition encapsulates the essence of shadow work, and it goes like that: if until you make the unconscious conscious, it will continue to play your life, and you will call it fate. If it's not accurate, but it's something like that. And it's really true. Like, there are some part of us which we deny, reject, or suppress for the, approval of others, or for sometimes, for external reason, even if it really matters for us. But those the parts which we have suppressed, they are our true essence. And when we suppress them, like when we deny, ignore, or reject them, they sit inside, and they continue to play out in other ways. Like, sometimes disease can get manifest in the body, and it's also a result of those denied and rejected emotions or aspects of ourselves. They find their own outlet when we don't find them acceptable, and when we don't own them and express them in healthy ways, then they find their own way to express themselves. And that's one of the reason that it's very important for us to see that those parts of us. And it might be scary, of course, like, I can totally understand, I have been there. But we've got to know that they hold the treasure. Like, it's not only the bad parts that we suppress, and there's no bad parts at the first place. It's all our parts that we need to learn how to accept. Sometimes others' opinions and approvals mm, shapes our beliefs about certain aspects of ourselves, because of which we tend to suppress them. But there are, like, we have some hidden talents, we have hidden gifts. They When we own ourselves fully, the gifts and those talents are expressed fully, you know so we've got to see them, and we've got to throw light on those subconscious parts of ourselves, that what was that we suppressed those parts. Was it shame, was it embarrassment, was it any other uncomfortable emotion, because of which we've believed that those parts of us are unacceptable, and hence we have to suppress them in order to live. And sometimes it's not the others approval, it might also be sometimes medication, and substance abuse, like alcohol addiction. Due to that also, our some of our parts got repressed or suppressed. We will talk about it in detail, definitely, because I've been there too. So when we suppress and repress those parts of us, they there is a way to see through those parts. And of course, like, if you are scared to do it alone, you've always help available. So while uh, digging up to those parts of us that we have suppressed, we don't have to necessarily do it alone. If it's like difficult or very challenging for you, you can always seek out for some support or help if available. And if not, then just while using journal prompts, you can consciously like choose to be compassionate with yourself, because it all starts with us, right? You can do it, or else you can always seek out for support. I will later on in this video tell you some of the paid help resources as well to get unstuck. If your like financial condition is sound, then you can also I will tell you later on. So let's get back to what I was saying, that yeah, while digging up those dark aspects of ourselves, when we actually see them, that why we have suppressed and what they actually hold and what they truly meant, like when we connect to our deeper truth, we reveal our authenticity, we become more authentic, and also we reveal the gifts that we have, you know. And while throwing light on those uh, shadow aspects of ourselves, it no longer remains the shadow now, because it got exposed in the light of consciousness. Because as Teal Swan, or maybe Jules Curien, put that when we throw the light of consciousness to what is hidden, it ceases to be the shadow. Or I don't know how to say it accurately, but when you watch those videos you will get to know. So basically what it means is, what you have hidden, it will only bother you, and it will only create problem and continue to project when you keep it hidden. When it will be shown to the light of consciousness, it will have a healthy and safe outlet to creatively or to healthy and safely express itself. It no longer project itself, so it ceases to be the shadow, and your self-sabotaging habits or your inauthentic behavior, definitely it will naturally be banished. So it's a wonderful way to understand yourself, that why something is going on in your life, and what aspects of you have you been hiding from yourself and others, and where you're being inauthentic. And sometimes we get stuck because it's hard for us to accept that some parts of ourselves that they exist, but we don't know why. We have to explore that why we find that those so-called unacceptable parts, and we need to learn to accept them as well. This is the core essence of shadow work. So yeah, another wonderful tool is shadow work. In fact, I've been reading currently completion process by Teal Swan. She is just amazing. I so deeply resonate with her work. Like, she goes onto the deepest aspects of her life so clearly. You must visit her channel once. I will, if I can, like, I will definitely put one of her video down there. And she is amazing. I am currently reading her book called The Completion Process, which is all about integrating those parts of ourselves which we might have forgot, or repressed or fragmented because of trauma or any unpleasant